Oh, orange.
Stage fright.
True.
Hey, so we're chopping it up today with silence.
Yo.
What the heck?
Look, now the buttons don't work. There it is.
There
There it is.
Earlier, he's like, not these fake people really applauding for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's because they're out there. We just can't see them. All right.
They're cheering you on.
For real. So today, I really wanted to get silence in on here because, you know, I want to get T1 first so everybody can know what we're about. And I am very inclusive about the whole team. And
The proper word.
people do say that. People literally do say that about cussing.
That's how I cuss people out in business terms.
My camera went off again.
It went off
Chapis
again
is-
once we started recording.
My
It
light's
went
gone.
off. And you too. Oh, duh.
Huh?
Your light's back on?
It is. It's red now.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. It's
How
red
do you
when
do
it's
them
when
all?
it's on you.
It's
You
red.
can't do them all at the same time.
Damn.
All right, so I'm just learning, and this is what it is. On
Oh, we was
Choppin' It
recording,
Up.
weren't we?
We are. No, I
Yeah.
took it off
Oh,
and I put it
I
back on.
was gonna say.
So this is silence. We already did
Yeah.
the woos, but going back into
We're gonna do them again. Woo!
New woos. We need new
Yeah.
woos every time.
And like so silence. Why does nobody ever see you?
Because I'm busy.
Are you busy? Like Maddie Vlog said one time, like he ain't never that busy. Are we? Are
yeah.
you?
Yeah. If I run through my schedule right now, I'm a busy person. When I'm not busy, I'm at home with my girl or sleeping. And if you ask her like what we're doing at home, it's an hour of me running through my phone for the last little bit I need to do, play my little bit of game, and then I'm knocked out. That's it.
Right. But as it should be, like we literally talk about, we have to schedule in our rest time. So technically, that's her time right there,
Yeah.
where you have the time with her.
Yeah. And it's
Gotta have
my
that
rest time.
balance. Right?
Literally.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it a little bit earlier about like artists in general. What do you find, or actually like introduce yourself a little bit? Like, how did you become T1? How did you like get started with music?
Okay.
You know, a little rundown wherever you want to start.
So, short version of everything, I was offered a record deal when I was 16.
Woo.
Coming from
That's
where
dope.
I come from, I turned it down because I don't understand how somebody else was going to make money on something I didn't know how to make money
Right.
on. And coming the way I was raised, I'm a hustler. So I turned it down. I went to school for music business at Full Sail University. Worked full time at the same time of going to school. So I ended up dropping out of school. Went into the military.
Ooh.
Got home. Got into some legal trouble. That legal trouble led to where I couldn't have a job. I had a pending investigation that was going to ruin my life. So I had to become a business owner. So I launched a social media advertising company, got Blueprint certified and all that stuff. That led into me owning an appliance company, which led into me owning multiple locations of a mattress company.
Oh shoot.
A mutual contact approached me. He was like, yo, you went to school for music business. You are a business guy. Can you write me a proposal? I'm trying to do this brokering thing. I was like, bet, I got you. But I need you to hook me up because I needed some community service hours. So we kind of did an exchange of services. I wrote something for him. He wrote something for me. And he fumbled the bag. I picked the bag up.
Shoot.
Led
It's
me
like,
to led to interning for Universal and Sony for a handful of years.
Fire.
Ooh.
Got to do some crazy things a lot of artists will never be able to do. Been in and out of like the Breakfast Club, Power 105,
Right.
Sirius XM, stuff like that.
Fire.
This individual was somebody I went to bat for multiple times, and they fucked up every single time.
Damn.
So it came to the point I was like, look, you got one more shot with me. And he's like, bet, I got a person I want you to meet. Gave me an address. I showed up. It was Tone's house.
Yay.
Let's
get it.
So
Hey.
I love that.
Tone had an event in his head, which we've all talked about before. It's the Iowa Music Awards.
Woo,
And-
shout out to Iowa
Sunday.
Music Awards.
Yep. And
Yeah.
October 29th, Sunday.
You might recognize that voice. in the commercial.
he had this great idea, and I was like, bet. I made a phone call, called my boss. Within an hour, we were having a meeting about this ceremony, and my boss was like, look, dude, it's a great idea. You are not ready. He's like, in order for people to take it serious and for you to be ready, you need to build something. So me and Tone got to chopping it up, and he was presenting ideas to me. And I was like, you want to do management. You want to do entertainment. So me and Tone spent countless hours. Like, I fell asleep on his couch a few times, woke up, went right back to work type shit, and we launched T1. So I didn't technically become part of T1. I've always been T1.
Yeah, you are T1.
Since before the name type situation. So me and Tone, we go back. So I did A&Ring for a while.
Can you explain what A&R is? Some people might not know.
So A&R technically stands for Artist and Repertoire.
Okay.
Repertoire. AKA Glorified Project Manager. So an A&R is the person that not only scouts talent, but it molds and develops artists. So if you can't perform properly, my job is to get you with the right people to do that.
Right.
If you aren't delivering a certain line in the studio, my job is to pull that out of you. So when an artist writes a song, they have an idea. When the producer makes the beat, they have an idea. The A&R is the person who's supposed to kind of put that together. So if that means I got to tell you to raise your hands chest high when you're talking, if I got to tell you to start throwing gang signs to get you aggressive when doing it, that's my job. I'm also supposed to pitch it to radios. I'm also supposed to get you booked at the studio. If you need a songwriter, I got to get you the songwriter. If you need production, I got to get you the producer. So an A&R handles every aspect of an artist from inception to release, and then pushing that release. So it comes with contacts and where do you need to get this. So
that's dope. So would you say that's your role in T1?
My technical title is VP. I'm overall the vice president.
Oh, okay.
I specialize with the artists. I'm a dickhead to put it blunt.
Some people we need that though, but I feel like you're really sweet, and well, to like us, like you've already realized like who we are, so you're like, okay, these are my people, and like,
you guys haven't given me a reason yet to be like, you're fucking up, I need you to change it. When you get
really receptive to your communication when you do give feedback, so it's not a reason to have to buck up with us.
Yeah, if it ever got to the point, you guys would definitely see, I'd be like, yo, you guys need to stop that, we need to change gears. But that only happens if the first couple times of me being like, hey guys, can we kind of reel that in, doesn't work. It's the same thing with artists. Artists are very emotional. They are attached to what they're doing. Their
creative abilities.
You can look how far you want.
We're doing a live podcast, by the way, and so we got Maddie Block music. They've been guests before. We need to get Jers on the mic this time. He said,
"Squat."
I pushed your button. They can't hear.
I pushed your button.
Can't hear. No.
Pause.
They can't hear our buttons. It's like a pause with like joking pause. But not like a pause.
Not there being
but
categories
what was I saying?
of pauses.
Yeah, so Maddie Block is like, hey, I'm not emotional. Bet.
That's how you said it? That's how you said
but
it?
they are. They're attached to
She's
what they
now
write.
our impersonator.
Yeah.
For real. Oh, yeah, I do one that'd be like this. Guys, tell me. Don't say it here. But tell me if you know who the person
Just
is.
say, yes, I know.
Laughing. Write down in the comments of who I was impersonating.
Oh, no.
I learned that real quick
no.
too. That was funny.
But yeah, so me being a dick is only if I have to be, you know.
Right.
I produce results. But if you expect to use my contacts or you expect me to produce results for you, it's my way. It's never gonna be your way. I don't care how you try to pitch it to me. I don't care if you're paying me, none of that. If my name is attached to it, it's only
definitely
being done a certain way because I know how that works. If my name's not attached to it, we can do it however you want, but don't expect shit to be delivered if we're not doing it my way.
All right, bet though, because I've realized in this past year that a lot of people take advantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
absolutely.
I am so glad that I found you guys.
But that's why you don't see a lot of me. My time is valuable. I'm not here to waste time. If I pull up my bank account and my paychecks compared to everybody else's, there's a reason I'm not here. So it comes down to my technical role as VP, but I handle branding, marketing, sponsorships, finances, artists, recruitment, talent scout, you name it, I'm there because Tone's too busy.
Right.
There are certain things where I'll tell Tone like, hey, I want to participate in that. So I'm completely hands off. Like I won't touch it. I don't want to know nothing about it. If you get to talking about it while I'm around, I leave because I don't want to be involved. I want to participate. So if you ever see me perform or whatever, I didn't work that event. I'm just here as an artist. It's tough though because when I'm in a building and it's T1 represented, I expect it to go a certain way. So
like that one time, me and Kelly got lost. Well, they think we got lost, and that's the time I guess you could say that Silence was like reeling it in before being mean. He's like, you guys can't just leave it like that.
I said check in. 2 words, check in.
And it wasn't completely our fault. We were just finding somewhere to sit, and then like El Hida and his people just like sat right in front of us, and then we were you couldn't see us. Yeah.
People will say I'm paranoid, but from where I'm from, being in the military, I operate a certain way. I expect the people around me to operate a certain way. If you are with me, I'm responsible for your safety because I'll be upset if your husband comes to me and be like, she was with you.
Right.
Why didn't you? And it's like, no, I will make sure to do certain things. So if you need to go do something on your own, and in that situation, it's always better to just be like, hey, we're going to go over here. If that wasn't the situation, I wouldn't have, nothing. They're off doing their thing.
True, like it would have been.
I told you to tell Maddie where we were.
I know, and I was going to be like this, but then people came.
See?
As soon as you were like, okay, I will. All of a sudden, it was just like we were blocked in.
It happened so fast for me.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were missing. He came to me and he was like, yo, you seen them? I was like, no. And he moved. And it's we got similar backgrounds. He moved a certain way. I watched these two shift their weight, and I was like, oh, we're going. Let's go. Like,
that's
no
love.
We gotta find out. I love y'all.
For real, Kelly was like looking at you first and was like, okay. And like me, I was more like, what the hell are you like? I don't know
I'm
why
a grown ass woman. What do you guys worry?
Yeah, but
I'm
then
over here like, okay.
But then I'm also thinking like, oh, but like they're coming from like love. Like I get it, but at the same time, like,
we're responsible for our people at the end of the day. How are we supposed to say you guys are team or family, but we're not willing to kind of reel you in? Like there's times in Kansas City when me and Tevin got lost. Right, we were separated. It was a heated argument from both sides. I was pissed off because y'all went a different direction. Tone was pissed off because we went a different direction. Nobody could communicate where we needed to be at. And when I showed up, there was a camera in my face, and right then I was like, get that shit the fuck out of my face.
But in our defense, everybody was trying to communicate. The signal was crazy.
There was no signal because there were so many people down there trying to use it. They jammed it.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
And those situations are what for military. That's a mass casualty event. The last thing I need is I'm coming home, but nobody else is. Why? Because we got separated. Well, what'd you guys do to get back together? Oh, we didn't. We couldn't get a hold of each other. So instead, me and Tevin did laps around the entire thing while y'all did laps. We were trying to get together.
Stood still. When we got to the end of the parade route, we just stood there and we just waited and we waited. And I think that's about when we found the videographer. And then we came up on you guys, right? Yeah, that was crazy.
So,
that was.
But that's the type of situation where I had to be reeled in because I was getting pissed, and I looked at Tone. I was like, I need food, and I walked off. I don't need to talk to you no more. He looked at me and he said, you need to chill out. Okay, I know what's wrong. I need to get food. Let me go get something to eat. And I came back and I was in a good mood. Apologized to the camera guy and everything.
Kansas City barbecue.
No, we went got pizza.
We all got
we got pizza.
But like right when you guys got food, we found a food truck and it was perfect. Everybody was good after that. And we were all cold too, so it's like it was freezing. It was just crazy, but it was a good crazy at the end of the day.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it made for great experiences. When me and Tevin, got lost or whatever, we ended up getting to meet up with Tech 9 and shit like that. So it was like right time, right place. While we were walking across the bridge, there's millions of people here.
Yes.
We're walking past somebody and I see this dude turn like he's about to hit Tevin. So I jumped the cement barricade that separates the sidewalk to the road, and Tevin's giving this dude a hug. It's one of his family members he hasn't seen in like 10 years.
Goodness.
And so they got to chop it up. And it was one of those things of right time, right place.
I ran into somebody from Iowa too.
Yeah, see,
no, when we got to the food truck, this lady was
from
walking
Mississippi.
by. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't even like a I can see you back home type thing.
Right.
It was like, so you'd have to ask Tevin. He knows the relationship way better than I do.
Go watch, like, I know, like, this is a different podcast, but, you know, I'm an editor for TNT, so go watch TNT. They actually talk about his homie from Mississippi. So you can, like, pause this, go watch that,
Shameless
and come
plug.
back.
Pause it, go on, then you're filled in.
Yeah, shameless plug.
But you got to come back, okay?
But yeah, so I reel people in, they reel me in, but we're responsible for each other at the end of the day.
Yeah, we definitely, like, I feel like we feel that regardless because of the connection I have with you guys. So, yeah, I might get a little defensive, like my masculine comes in, but at the end of the day, I'm not really that offended. I'm just more like...
But it's also natural when you're an adult. You know, you're grown, so it's like, what the fuck is you worried about me for? Like, I'm fine. And then...
But you didn't know that, so I get it.
Exactly. And then it's me having my paranoid, you know, moments is a protective thing where you guys are like, man, ain't shit gonna happen, and in my hands is like I held my best friend after he got shot in the head.
Ooh,
so it's like there's shit probably isn't gonna happen, but if it does, I need to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Right. So what would you say like the artist etiquette is either at the studio, at leave your timers off.
I have an alarm set so I can go get Tone.
I have an alarm set, like, so I know, like,
what time's he land?
He said he should be here about 9:45.
Nice.
So since this will be aired afterwards, you guys don't need to know all that. His location and whatnot. But so what would you say is like the artist etiquette of the studio at a show, or just in general? Like, how should artists come to, like, business wise, like if you want to do business with like us per se, or like someone on another team or someone on another level?
So I hold people at a different level than most. If you want to do business with me and we're at the studio, I expect you to show up and be on time. Me having a military background, on time is 15 minutes early. So you should be there before me.
We seen Silence get a little upset because, you know,
understandably,
people can be
time
late.
is money.
Sometimes
energy is precious.
Yeah, so it's be there before me, especially if you
I'm gonna start using
me
it as
there.
an excuse with my kids on why I need to be why I need to leave even earlier.
There you go.
Because my youngest will make me 15 minutes late for anything every single time just because of his behavior. Like oh my gosh, love him to death, but.
Yeah,
wow.
It happens though. I always schedule things an hour to 30 minutes early for that reason too. Not only because of my drive,
my son
but because
transition
kids.
But like with his ADHD, ODD, he does not transition well at all. Those are the worst.
I'm understanding when you have kids. Like you're running behind type situation. I get on Tone a lot. Like, just go be a dad, bro. We can meet later type thing.
True.
But if you request me, you should already have things lined up.
True.
If it's like, hey, I need you there, already have shit lined up, because at that point I've got
stuff
problems.
lined up. My son has other plans.
Thank you. They want to get in the way.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I don't understand that aspect of it. So for me, it's like I think of, well, if I had kids, what would I do? Type thing. But that doesn't work.
Exactly. But it's still you're way more understanding than some people. I had a situation happen to me in another city. And I had the kids with me, and I thought it was like a kid-friendly place because I've had them before, or like this person had a kid, or like has a kid, and had like a little playground in the, you know, around the vicinity, and so I thought it was okay. And no, dude was mad upset. Like I don't even think I could like talk to dude the same either. Disrespectful. Really? He told my husband, "Bro, you gotta go." Because I went to the restroom, so we had to go like to the gas station, and I went with my daughter, and then so I called him, and it was with somebody else, and over the phone he was yelling at me, "Hey, bro, you can't be bringing your kids around here. Like, what the hell? Like, just like you're bringing a bus or something like that." And first of all, that gets to me because I know I have a lot of kids, but then I'm like, okay, but you don't gotta say it like that.
Yeah.
And then like so then I called my husband. I'm like, "Where are you?" And he's like, he told me to leave. So I just went for a walk. We're in a town that we're like not even from. And my husband was like, you know what? I could have came out so dirty with this dude because he disrespected me and the kids.
I would have went off.
And he's like, but I didn't because we're at his place and I don't want to ruin things for you. Because I knew too. I was like, man, like, how did you keep your composure? Because my husband, I was just like, thanks for that. But yeah, it was
100% what
it was like.
If it's ever something we're involved in, bring it to me and Tone. 100%. 100%.
I know, Matt. Yeah, I will say I never told you guys that. I think I only told you. I only told like 2 people on the team because I didn't know like how to address the situation.
Right.
Yeah. It was weird.
Was it? I'm gonna ask in code. Was it the event where there was 2 separate sides of a building? A famous person talked on stage.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then.
It was at a different city.
Okay.
At a different city from here. Off camera, we could talk about it more.
Okay.
You know, just because we want to keep it friendly, but at the same time, they'll probably know who they are. But I'm not gonna be name dropping.
No, if it ever something like that happens where somebody disrespects you, you bring it to us because at the end
like call me.
At the end of the day, I can't speak for Tone, but I can speak for myself. I'm not gonna do business with somebody who's gonna disrespect my team. Yeah. I am very against disrespect, like to the highest degree.
A couple people I can inform you on this because I've been loudly disrespected, but very quietly apologized to.
Yeah.
By some very like known people in the area. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know how closely I work with Tone. It's kind of odd that you would disrespect me. But
so going to that, okay, so then that artist etiquette, right?
Yeah.
That's like really basic artist etiquette, especially with people. I wouldn't say we're big, but at the same time, with what we hold ourselves
standards,
like our standard, yeah, especially because we do a few of the biggest events, like AKA the IMAs. You have to be careful of what bridges you're gonna burn.
Yeah. Well, so when you talk,
try to say it the nicest way possible.
Yeah. So when you talk like levels of things, we go off of top tier. Everything we do is top tier, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
To that standard is we have conversations with senators and mayors and governors, right? I don't know a lot of business people or a lot of artists who are having conversations about their music to that caliber.
Right.
Right. So when we talk levels of things, we are damn near at the pinnacle of the music industry in the state, right? There's not a lot of people that are doing things to the caliber we are. And if they are, it's not their whole team like ours is.
Right.
It's onesie twosies.
And it's just speaking facts, not even like speaking like egotistically or nothing. It's just like what he said, like the connections that we have.
Yeah.
And I say we because my people got the connections. And then we have our own separate connections that we come together.
And a lot of people fail to realize, not necessarily like, oh, we're on different levels or, ego stroking or anything like that. It's they fail to realize the amount of work and effort we've put in for them to be able to even say those things. Like,
I think they're really starting to recognize how much work we're doing though, because we're starting to just like be everywhere.
Yeah, true.
Like, I'm even talking to people at my day job and they're like, oh, I've heard of this, or I saw this, and I was like,
yes,
that's
so
dope.
cute.
Even at Anisha had a really cool master class for the kids yesterday for building balloon towers and stuff. And when we were there, one of the little kids recognized me from TikTok of all places.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, bet.
Yeah. Well, Tone's been building this for 20 plus years back at the Big Bang days in high school. Yep. So like, we're continuing building on what he's already had. You know, he's done music with Nate Dogg, rest in peace. He's done music with Wiz Khalifa, like all sorts of major players in the game. So when people think about it, they're like, oh, you're in Iowa or whatever. I'm pretty sure Tone's on a plane back from Atlanta meeting with some of the biggest fucking moguls in the game.
Literally, right now.
You know, it's those type of conversations that people fail to realize. Like, I've got pictures and badges in buildings that you can never get into. So,
and it's not just a meet and greet picture. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a meet and greet.
But it's not. So people, they get to doing their disrespect and shit. It's because they either feel some type of way that they're not attached, or they're not doing it to the level that they think they're doing it.
Yeah.
Or they realize when we walk in a room, there's a whole different energy that comes.
Yes, facts. Like, oh my gosh, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Like what he was saying, it's not like egotistically or like feeling like we're above anyone else, because if you're grinding, you doing your thing, like keep doing your thing, keep grinding or whatever. But that's it, exactly, is the respect.
Nothing but respect.
We produce results at the end of the day. We don't need to
and
talk about it.
And that's all we ask for.
Exactly.
Is like respect, like, yeah, just come with respect. Like, don't be disrespectful, because you could be burning a bridge because we have these connections that we do have. So what would you say, like, how should somebody come towards T1 if they want to work with us? Either that's partnership, or if that's just coming on a show. Like, what do you think?
The first thing for me, outside of just being respectful, is to have your business in order. Have all of your paperwork together. Don't come to me talking about you're an artist and you're not, you don't have a PRO. Don't come to me talking about you're on your third album and
What's
you have
PRO?
Your performing rights organization.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah, so like your
This is an educational chopping it up today.
Like your
Love
ASCAP, your CSEC, your BMI, stuff like that.
Don't know what any of that means, but thank you.
That's all right.
That's how you get paid for like music, pretty much.
Yeah. It's like creating a social security number for you as an artist.
I love it. Okay.
So
like copywriting almost.
Yes and no. That's a thin line there. You still have to go through like copyrighting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the easiest way to say you're creting a social security number for you as an artist.
Oh, okay. It's your identity.
Instead of like a business gets an EIN number, for an artist you would get your PRO number.
Okay. Bet.
So after they've came with that, and they come like maybe like in your DMs, because we have a lot of people in our DMs like talking about they want to work, right?
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. A meeting might not get nowhere. So then what I normally do is be like, just pop up to a show, because that's the way that we're going to remember you the most, and we'll see how much you want to work. Shout out to Maddie Block.
So for me, showing up to a show.
You need the roar or grr.
Yeah, we got it for you.
What is it called?
It's a growl.
The growl?
It's a growl.
I said the roar and the growl. What did I say?
The growl. The roar and the growl. Yeah.
Showing up to a show for me it shows presence. Don't talk to me about business at a show.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about your music right now. I'm working.
It's hard.
Like, not even to be a dick. I've got shit to do. Do you hear the music right now? You think I can hear you and you're yelling in my ear. I don't have time to look up your music.
That's what I was going to say. Is it's hard to talk music or like to talk business when we're at a show, because we got so many things that we're thinking about, and we got to be over here, we got to be over there, whether it's the merch table, whether it's going to make sure everybody's lined up to like perform, whether it's me doing interviews and like Kelly helping me like make sure it looks good. Like we all have our roles and stuff, so it's kind of hard to like get back into that mindset.
Exactly. So if you're going to come to a show, exchange information, come say hi, make your presence known, If you're an artist and you're performing, show me why the fuck I should pay attention.
Exactly.
Maddie
That's
Block
literally
was at
what I'm saying.
every show for months on end, driving, back and forth from wherever. And when they showed up, they showed out. It was one of those things of like, yo, all right, they're doing their thing.
You guys are like the best example. I swear.
You are. You did.
The best example to show up and show out.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to do that. As an artist,
step by step.
If you want to make it big as an artist, right, you need to be the best. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the most talented. You have to be the best. You need to have the best business, the best showmanship. You're supposed to be a star, an entertainer. When you walk in, I should want to look. Who is that? Don't walk in with $30,000 worth of fake jewelry because I know that it's fake. I don't give a fuck about it, bro.
If that'd be me, I would be wearing fakes though.
Like you come
decked out.
you come in talking about my chain's worth $10K and I find it on Amazon for $60. I don't give a fuck about you, bro.
That's why you got 12.
That's hilarious.
Like, it's one of those things. But when you show up, show out. If you're not performing, stay for the whole show. Bring people with you.
That part especially is like really like you could be supporting so much and you could be getting so much support in return if you just stay till the end of the damn show.
So artists, full-time artists do. They show up, they show out, they shake hands, they want to meet whoever, they thought was the best. They want to meet the DJ, who's probably the most important person in the building next to the promoter.
Really in our team,
So
on DJs
break
hold
music.
A lot of weight.
Yeah, like, DJs break music. Period. End of story. You're not doing shit without a DJ.
That is true.
How do you get on a radio station without a DJ?
Facts.
You can go through the program director. The program director passes it on to whatever they want, and the DJ can be like, "Nah, that dude was a dick to me."
Ooh, I guess I've just seen like
a DJ.
A lot of times. Girl, let's learn.
Teach us.
I used to have a DJ thingy, but I gave it to my ex when we were together. I don't even want to ask for it back. You could keep it.
We need new ones because we need energy.
Yeah, energy. Well, so I was going to say, like, I didn't know. I thought literally it was just like our DJ because I didn't know that a lot of DJs do different things. Like usually what you just see, because what I just see is that they just, are popping around clubs.
Yeah. So DJs, there's different types of DJs. You have your karaoke DJs,
okay,
right? You have your wedding DJs. They do weddings and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have your radio DJs.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool.
You have your club DJs, right? So if I'm gonna push a record, back to the A&R thing. If I'm gonna push a record, right, I want a DJ coalition. I want to access a pool of as many DJs in one email as possible. Right, I want it to go to the wedding DJ who's going to play it in your most important moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to go to the PD and the radio DJ because they may put it in rotation. If they don't, they at least pay attention, right? Like, damn, I can't put this in because like iHeartRadio has a list of shit they have to play. They have to hit these songs and within this time limit. They can't fit in, independent artists unless that song's already popping on another level. So you send it to your local radio stations. I want it to go to the club DJ because people are dancing.
Right.
I want to see if I'm going to play it in the club. I want to be in the club. I want to watch and get content of whatever the crowd's doing.
True.
Are they vibing?
True.
Do they not like this record? Let's switch
Hey, he's
records.
Throwing out tips over here, you guys, for content. Better be paying attention.
So your DJs do all sorts of things. You have your mixed DJs. You have your DJs that like your EDM ones who might take your most popular record and throw it over a hard drop. There's all sorts of different things when it comes to DJs.
That's fancy.
I love when they do that too, because they're almost like engineers too, because they'll make it.
Yeah. The DJ's job is to read the crowd. If you have a record that's going to move with the crowd and the DJ thinks so, drop it.
Right.
It's one of those things. When any music that I do, I've got a list of DJs that I know personally. I could call them, yo, how's it going? Come to my house for dinner type thing. And they're major players in the game. I send it to them. I don't want anything other than,